We grew up loving it. That quick, cheap, frozen pizza. But what if I told you the same slice you heat in your oven tonight could contain chemicals once studied for causing tumors, immune damage, even hormone disruption? This isn't food anymore. It's chemistry on a plate. Every grocery freezer in America is stacked wall to wall with frozen pizzas. It's one of the country's best-selling comfort foods. You buy it, bake it, and in 15 minutes, dinner is done. But behind that convenience lies a list of ingredients that sounds less like a recipe and more like a lab report. Look at this. Enriched flour, sodium nitrite, BHA, BHT, TBHQ, titanium dioxide, potassium sorbate, maltodextrin, dextrose, and something called mechanically separated chicken. These names don't belong in a kitchen. They belong in an industrial factory. So tonight, we're asking one question. What are food companies really feeding us? And what happens when we eat this stuff day after day, year after year? Traditional pizza has maybe 7 ingredients: flour, yeast, water, olive oil, tomatoes, cheese, salt, herbs. That's it. Yet a boxed frozen pizza can have over 50. Why? Shelf life, texture, color, profit. To survive months in a freezer, these pizzas need chemical preservatives to stop fat from going rancid, artificial whiteners to make cheese look fresh, and stabilizers to keep the crust soft after microwaving. It's a marvel of modern chemistry, but a nightmare for your body. Ingredient breakdown, the chemical cast. Number 1. Sodium nitrite. Used to keep processed meats pink and safe. But when heated, it can form nitrosamines, compounds linked in studies to stomach and colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization classifies processed meat preserved with nitrites as a Group 1 carcinogen. Eat it occasionally? Fine. Every week for years? You're playing roulette with your colon. Number 2. BHA and BHT. Antioxidants that stop fats from spoiling, and also appear on lists of possible human carcinogens. Animal studies show they can mess with hormones and enlarge the liver. Many countries restrict them. The US still allows them in small doses. Number 3. TBHQ. Another preservative, made from petroleum. It protects oils and frozen foods from turning rancid. High doses in lab tests caused DNA damage and immune suppression. The FDA caps its amount, but when you're eating multiple processed foods daily, the total exposure adds up. Number 4. Titanium dioxide. That bright white color and imitation cheese. It often comes from titanium dioxide, once used in paint pigment. The EU banned it in food after evidence of DNA damage in intestinal cells. In the US, it's still legal. Number 5. Enriched flour. Sounds healthy, right? It's refined white flour stripped of natural nutrients, then enriched with synthetic vitamins. The fiber and minerals that protect your blood sugar are gone, replaced with fast-digesting starch. The result? Sugar spikes, inflammation, and cravings for more. Number 6. Vegetable oils. Soybean, canola, sunflower, cheap oils high in omega-6 fats. When reheated and processed, they oxidize, producing aldehydes that inflame arteries and joints. Heart disease loves this stuff. Number 7. Potassium sorbate and sodium ascorbate. Preservatives that keep mold away. They're generally considered safe in small amounts, but chronic exposure may irritate the gut and disrupt healthy bacteria. Number 8. Maltodextrin and dextrose. Fancy words for sugar. Maltodextrin spikes blood sugar even faster than table sugar. Over time, it drives insulin resistance, the road to type 2 diabetes. Number 9. Mechanically separated chicken. This isn't carved chicken breast. It's the paste left after forcing bones and tissue through a high-pressure sieve. Technically edible, nutritionally poor. It's cheap protein filler bound with salt and starch.
The science of addiction. These foods aren't just preserved. They're engineered to make you crave them. Every bite of frozen pizza is carefully calculated. The salt to make you thirsty, the sugar to trigger dopamine, and the fat to coat your mouth in pleasure. It's called the bliss point, the perfect formula to keep you reaching for more. Food scientists literally measure how long you keep chewing before swallowing. If you eat too slowly, they adjust the texture. If you feel too full, they tweak the starch. The goal isn't nutrition, it's repeat sales. And that's why you can finish an entire Totino's pizza and still feel hungry an hour later. Your brain got satisfaction. Your body didn't. The business of cheap food. Let's be real. Companies aren't evil. They're efficient. They exist to make money, not meals. And in the food industry, the easiest way to grow profit is to lower ingredient costs. Real mozzarella? Too expensive, so they use imitation cheese, made of vegetable oils, starch, and titanium dioxide to mimic color. Fresh dough? Too unstable. Use modified food starch and methyl cellulose. Real pepperoni? Replace it with a blend of pork paste, soy protein, and nitrites. It's not about feeding families. It's about feeding balance sheets. And when health experts raise concerns, the response is always the same. All ingredients meet FDA standards. That's true, but the FDA tests for short-term safety, not what happens after decades of consumption. What this does to your body. You think it's just a frozen pizza, a harmless shortcut on a busy night, but every bite is quietly rewriting your body's future. The nitrites in the pepperoni are forming chemicals that whisper danger to your DNA, while preservatives like BHA, BHT, and TBHQ are silently overworking your liver and messing with your hormones. Refined flours, maltodextrin, and hidden sugars are spiking your blood sugar again and again, laying the tracks for obesity, insulin resistance, and chronic disease. The cheap oils you don't even see are fueling inflammation that eats away at your arteries and joints, while titanium dioxide and potassium sorbate disrupt your gut, weakening your immunity without a sound. And all of this, wrapped in melted cheese and a golden crust, lulls you into comfort while your body is under siege. It's convenience at a cost. A slow, invisible erosion of health, vitality, and longevity. And most people don't even realize it until years later, when the damage has already been done. So what have we learned tonight? The frozen pizza sitting in your freezer, the one you grab for convenience, is far from just food. It's a complex mix of preservatives, artificial colors, refined starches, and industrial oils. Alone, each ingredient might pass safety tests, but together, consumed week after week, decade after decade, they quietly chip away at your health. The truth is uncomfortable. Convenience has a cost, and it's paid by your body. You can't always control the food industry, but you can control your choices. Check labels. Cook more from scratch. Choose real ingredients. Taste real flavor again. If you learned something shocking tonight, share this video. Make someone else look twice at their freezer aisle, because the more we know, the more we can fight back against this chemical diet.